Hi, I'm Sarah Cavanagh. Today, I am interviewing in nomination for the Metro Mayor, Steve Rotherham. And thank you for being here today, Steve.
Great pleasure, Sarah.
First of all, Steve, congratulations on being the Metro Mayor nomination of the Northwest of England. How does it feel to being the Metro Mayor of the Northwest?
Well, it's the Metro Mayor of what's called the Liverpool City region, Sarah, and that's the old 5 districts of Merseyside and then Halton as well. And I'm the candidate, the Labour candidate, for the election, which is in May 2017. So I'm really excited about it all, to tell you the truth. But I'm trying to explain to people what a Liverpool City region is, because they don't know what that concept is, what a Metro Mayor is, because they've never had one before, and actually what the devolution deal that we've got off government is all about.
What does your job specialise in?
The job? Well, there are a number of areas that you get devolved powers from central government, and so they're in housing and transport and post-16 training and skills. And then we get other things, such as we get culture, and we get the opportunity to oversee national museums and galleries on Merseyside. So there's a lot of things that are part of it, but basically the overview is to try and pull the 6 districts together so that we can have one vision about taking the Liverpool City region forward.
What do you think about the Northwest of England and how we can make the Northwest of England better?
Well, in regard to the Northwest, Andy Burnham is going for the Metro Mayor of Greater Manchester. And obviously, if he wins, as he should do, and if I win, as hopefully I will do, then we've got the opportunity then to build up this Northwest powerhouse as part of an overall Northern powerhouse. And so there's great possibilities there, but we have to wait, don't we, until we've been elected, and then we'll see what we can do collaboratively. We've already started some stuff on transport. You know, this high-speed rail. So this HS3 route, we think it should be started immediately, and it should link Liverpool city centre with Manchester Airport and then Manchester city centre.
How can you make Liverpool a better city?
Well, the Liverpool City region, so as part of that, of course, we want Liverpool as the economic driver to improve people's lives and job prospects, and literally to try and change everything for the better in the city centre. But it can't just be about the city centre, Sarah. It has to be about a much wider area.
How important is the Metro Mayor of the Northwest of England being to you?
The Metro Mayor role itself will be an important role. They're saying that, you know, the 3 that we've currently got, which is going to be for the areas, are going to be Liverpool City region, Manchester City region, and the East Midlands, so Birmingham. And they reckon those 3 individuals who eventually get elected to those roles will be extremely powerful politicians in their own right. And obviously, if I'm the Metro Mayor of Liverpool City region, then there will be some powers with it. But I'm not doing it for the power. I'm doing it because we can actually change things and shape things uniquely. It's the first time this has happened, so I want to really use the opportunity to push Liverpool City region forward.
What do you feel can you bring to the Northwest of England?
The qualities that I bring, I suppose a freshness of vision, I'd hope. My style is a little bit less direct than some other people, so I'm much more collegiate. I try to take people with me, but this whole thing will stand or fall on what we actually get in resource and power from the government. At the moment, it's only limited number of areas that we've got power in. Okay, they're extensive powers, but it's only a limited number of areas, and I want to try to extend the areas by which a Metro Mayor can actually influence and change things for the better.
How can you make Walton and the community better in the northwest of England?
Well, I'm the MP for Liverpool Walton, as you know, because I'm your MP.
Yes.
And I work on a daily basis trying to do exactly that, trying to make Walton better, trying to address some of the concerns that local residents and constituents have, and trying to, if you like, fix their problems. So we do that, but again, this all stems from one thing really, and that is that Liverpool and Liverpool City region is continually battered by this government and hit the hardest in regard to the resources that we get and the cuts to those resources. And so we can't really do the things that we'd like to do unless we get proper resource, and that's for Theresa May now to try and come up with the goods.
Do you think you can make Walton a better area?
Hopefully, Sarah. Hopefully, I've done that over the last 6.5 years. There's some improvements that I've been part of. I mean, we've just seen, for instance, I can't claim any credit for it, we've just seen the new extension at Anfield. And that's not just about a football stadium, but it's a visitor attraction now. And so we'll see people coming in, they spend the money locally, which is good for the economy. And I think that'll act as a catalyst for further regeneration. You've seen the housing that's coming now towards the stadium. And, you know, I just want to continue the process of working with partners to try and see whether we can get our fair share of funding in our area.
When you get free time, what do you enjoy doing apart from the match?
In my free time, well, you might have seen that I was a bricklayer when I was a younger man, and I still like to do construction. So I'll do tiling or plastering or painting or carpentry, all sorts of stuff. But when I can, I still like to get the trowel out, and just recently I did some walls that I've built in the back garden, and that's a big release for me. And then the other one, of course, is not just going to match, it's playing football. And last week I played, and we were getting beat 3-0 at half time, Sarah. And I told the lads that we could come back and to remember Istanbul, and I guess what happened, we got back to 3-3, and then we won on penalties, and we actually won on penalties 3-2. So it was a good prediction, wasn't it? Because it all came true. And whenever I can, I still like to kick a football.
After the helpful outcome, what do you think the family will do next?
It's a big question, isn't it? The family's been through so much over 27 years that the next stage for them really is the judicial process. So they're going to see whether some of the individuals or organisations who were implicated in the report will face trial. And I expect that we should know that by the end of this year. And I'm hoping that there'll be a number of people who have to take responsibility and will be held accountable for what they did, not just with the disaster, but with the aftermath as well, and with the cover-up.
Have you met Jurgen Klopp, and what do you think of him as the manager and the new Liverpool team?
I haven't met him yet, Klopp. I'm hopefully going to meet him soon. And I haven't met the new Everton manager either. So I hope I'll get the chance to talk to him, because previously I got on well with Roberto Martinez and with Brendan Rodgers. and you know, it's great when you can talk to somebody who's got real ambition and idea about how they want to take their particular football team forward. But I am a Liverpoolian, as you know, a dyed-in-the-wool red, and I think,
Done me all.
and I think Klopp has brought a new excitement to our club, and I think he's the man to push us forward now, to take us to that next level. And if we can challenge this year for top four, you never know, Sarah, where that might take us next year, next season. It could be for the big one, the one that I've waited 28 years, 29 years, is it? For,
Something like
and it's
that.
the Premier League. We want the Premier League, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, my dad loved the new main stand. What do you think of it? And have you been there and seen the match there?
I went there when it was first opened, and I was astounded by just how good the facilities are for fans. And then subsequently I've been there as a guest during the match, and it was the Hull City game. Liverpool won 5-1, and the atmosphere was fantastic, to tell you the truth. I wasn't expecting it to be so good in the stand.
I seen it on the telly.
It was really good. It was better to be there than on the telly, believe me.
Yeah.
So I think the stand is part of Liverpool's ambition. It shows you that they do want to try and take the club forward, and let's hope it's the same on the pitch as well as off the pitch, eh?
You were assistant to Jeremy Corbyn. Do you think he can win the next general election?
I'm absolutely convinced that Jeremy can win the next general election. The selection and election of a new leader is taking place. Jeremy got an overwhelming mandate, and it's time for the party to put aside its differences. And if we can do that, and if we can start to debate the real issues, which are around policy and not around personality, then I'm sure we can convince the public that the Labour Party is a party worth supporting. And whenever that election might be, whether it's in May next year or whether it's in 2020, I think we'll be ready to take the Tories on, because they are the divided party now, and they're split on Europe and a whole host of different things. And we can prove, you know, that their rebranding is nothing more than a cynical ploy to try and kid people that they're not the nasty party anymore, when I know that they are.
If you win and the Burnham wins, do you think you can get the power coming back to the Northwest?
Yeah, I mean, Andy in Greater Manchester, if he wins, will have much more extensive powers than I've got in the Liverpool City region, because they've got health, and they've got the Police and Crime Commissioner, and they've got the Fire and Rescue Service. So they've got things over and above what we have in the Liverpool City region. But yeah, it's about going back to government where we think that there's the need and the opportunity for additional powers, and asking them for the resource so that we can do the job properly.
How long have you been interested in politics?
When I was 9 years of age, I used to go out and deliver leaflets, because my dad was a councillor in Kirby, in Knowsley. And I used to walk the streets and pop these leaflets in letterboxes throughout this sort of cold winter period. So it put me off a little bit, to tell you the truth. But I've always been interested, and I've always followed politics closely. But it wasn't until I moved into my house where I now live, when myself and my gorgeous wife Sandra were about to get married, that I really started to get involved again and get active. And that was because of a chance meeting with Peter Guilfoyle, who's my predecessor. And he said, don't just moan about it, do something about it if you've got these feelings about politics. So that's what I've done.
If you are elected as Metro Mayor, will you have to give up your position and get paid for Walton?
At some stage, if I am fortunate enough in May to be elected as the Metro Mayor, then I couldn't do both jobs. I couldn't be going to London and staying here and wanting to do what I want to in the city region. So at some stage there'd be a by-election and somebody else would get the opportunity to be the MP for Liverpool Walton, which would be it's a big miss for me, but it has to be done because really all my energies now need to be concentrating on what's happening more locally.
What do you think of the press campaign against Jeremy Corbyn?
I think that it's probably been the same for most of the Labour leaders over the last 100 years or so, but it's really ramped up a notch with some of the personalised vindictive against Jeremy, and trawling back for generations to see whether there's any skeletons in his closet and ridiculous things that have happened to him purely because the press in this country is controlled by 3 or 4 barons who have their own self-interest and not the public's at heart. And so, I mean, Jeremy doesn't answer these personal insults that he gets because he just gets on with it. But it'd be very, very difficult really to understand just the amount of pressure that these people put on Jeremy, which is totally unfair. I know all it needs now, it needs for him to have a period of time where the whole party gets behind him, and then the press faithfully report the issues which are around policy.
Finally, once again, congratulations on being Metro Mayor nomination of the Northern of England.
Thanks, Sarah, and thanks for the interview.
My girlfriend.